Got something special for you now. This little guy is amazing. Doesn't look like much, but it catches them. Small one. Telling you though, if they're hitting their shad, weightless. It wrecks them, wrecks them. What's up guys, and welcome back to Flippin the Script Fishing. Now today I want to show you a little rig that is really amazing how it catches finicky fish. Late summertime when those bass are smashing those shad and they've seen every lure out there, sometimes it can get difficult to bite. They're busting all around you and you just don't get a bite. So I figured out a way to rig up something that will get bites even on those pressured fish. So let me show you this real quick. This is a DieZel minnow, okay? Doesn't look like much, and I hold it like this, but in the water, it's gonna sit like this and float in the water, okay? So I'll show you how I rig this up, and I'll show you the specifics on that. And I know it looks simple, but there's a little more to it than that. Now I like to fish it on a 6.5 foot medium action or a medium heavy action rod. This has 20-pound fluorocarbon on it because, well, I can fish it around grass and that kind of thing. Now, fluorocarbon, you have to kind of fish it a little bit faster than I'd like to because the fluorocarbon sinks. This is a application where you can use monofilament since it floats, or braided line. However, with braided line, this open hook, you need to be careful on how hard you set that hook. So, it's just a 6:3 to 1 gear ratio. Reel, nothing real special, but it's light, so you have to adjust that fine tune on your reel to get those casts that you need. But bait's phenomenal, guys. I promise you, it will catch you fish. Okay. Hey guys, what I want to show you here is a rig that's not used very often. It's simply just a minnow type lure and it's just on a straight hook with no weight. Now it's important to use a extremely buoyant plastic, and that's why I use these Z-Man. These Z-Man are extremely buoyant, and they'll float that hook off on the surface, so I can creep this lure across the water. And this is called this is a DieZel minnow. It's also a really good trailer. Okay, so what I'm going to do is thread this onto my hook. Okay, now it's important with this Elastec, it's extremely stretchy, so it can cause problems when you're trying to rig your plastics. So what I have here is a flipping hook that has a pin. Okay, this is Gamakatsu, and it has this metal pin on it. Okay, so that will keep my bait from sliding down. Okay, so what I want to do, and I want to be really careful to make sure this is perfectly straight. Okay, so I'm going to go in here and I'm going to try to follow the seam of this bait. Okay, just like that. Okay, and I'm going to come out the top of the bait. Okay, and I'm going to push it all the way up. And of course, obviously, I'm going to have this thing tied onto my line. Just to show you here, I kind of took it off, so I have a little more leeway here with the camera. But I'm going to push it over that keeper, and that will keep it pinned, so it won't slide down. And that's crucial, because otherwise, when you cast, it will slide down. It can be a pain in the butt. Okay. But what I'm going to do is it's simple. That's it. Okay. Well, when this goes in the water, it's going to land, and it's going to naturally, the hook is going to float it, the hook down. Okay, so the hook's gonna be in the water, and this will be on the top. But when you swim it, this tail being upside down will really make a nice little wiggle, and this thing will wake across the surface of the water, and it will entice those bass, especially in late summer or early fall, when you see bass hitting the surface everywhere, and they don't seem to hit your topwater lures for one reason or another. This thing will catch them, and you can fish it around weeds and stuff. I advise, if you go in the weeds, if you fish it in grass and stuff like that, use a wire hook like this. The only problem with this is you're going to need to super glue it on there, and that's what I have this here for. So I'll take a little super glue, put a dab there, push my plastic over it all the way up to the keeper here, or up to the weed guard, and let it dry, and that will keep it there. Another little trick, if you're around grass, if you find that you're getting caught up here, is to put a little bead on your line above that hook, and that will help the grass to go right past the bait and not have it get hung up. I'm telling you guys, this is a killer lure. It doesn't look like much, and it doesn't sound like much, but it will catch them. And this swim bait, since it floats so well, I can just creep it on the surface of that water. If I use a different type of lure, a different type of plastic, it doesn't float very well. It will float, but this heavy hook will sink it. And the reason I have this heavy hook is because I will get big bites with it. So with needing a big hook, I need a super buoyant plastic, and this is the plastic to do it. Okay, other plastics will sink, so you have to retrieve it a little bit faster. Okay, so try that out on your lake, and I bet you will catch a lot of fish with it. So enjoy it, and hope to see you out on the water, guys. Tight lines. It wrecks them.